Good morning, students. Today we are going to enter into political science. So that contents of this political science are as follows. First chapter, working of the constitution. Second, the electoral process. Third, political parties. Fourth, social and political movements. Fifth, challenges faced by Indian democracy. So that last year they have actually deleted fifth lesson from the point of view of a board exam due to corona. So this year also same thing will continue. Competence statements. By first lesson, what exactly you are going to learn? First chapter, working of the constitution. In this you are going to get highlighted about understands that the constitution has strengthened democracy in India and has the ability to tell the contribution of the Indian constitution towards social changes. That's what you are going to know now. Chapter first, working of the constitution. The textbooks of political science till now have helped us to take an overview of local government, the values and the philosophy of the Indian constitution, as also the governing structures created by the constitution and India's place in international relations. That means here before in your previous classes you have learnt some of the lessons related to that of political science, in which you have got highlighted about local self-governing bodies. That means village panchayats, block samitis, zilla parishads. In this manner you have got introduced, and the values liberty, equality, fraternity, what does this stand for, what does those mean, and next to that philosophy over which Indian constitution stands, and the governing structures created by the constitution, and also where exactly India lies with regard to that of its international relations. So that while maintaining international relations, actually philosophy of the land is going to play a great role. So that till today India has become able to be get considered as the such nation which hasn't interfered into any internal matters of the other nations and has always tried its best to give helping hand to the needy nations of the world. So this is the philosophy over which India lies. So that here all such things you have actually learnt in your previous classes. That's what here it has been said. The Indian constitution has declared its objective to establish a secular democratic republic. Also, it has made extremely important provisions to ensure that the citizens get justice and their freedom is protected. The Indian constitution is seen as the means through which a progressive developed society based on social justice and equality will be established. So that through constitution Indians have got the right to speak, freedom right they had got, and also even constitution has made each and every unit of Indian society equal. So that its main intention is nothing but providing social justice without having any kinds of barriers based upon creed, caste, or else gender, etc. So all such things have become possible today here in India, having several kinds of diversities only because of this constitution. As a result only we say constitution is nothing but the law of our land, which actually helps to govern the nation in a proper manner. So children, though government is getting formed by the rights of Indian citizens, here you must remember saying that the government also bound by the constitution. They can't cross the limitations set in the constitution. So whatever decisions formed governments are going to take, will be abide by the constitutional law, so that above all constitution is supreme, and to see whether the formed governments are working according to the constitution or not is the responsibility of our judiciary. As a result, we are having court systems at a lower level to that of national level, so that taluka level courts we are having, and beyond that district, state as well as national level we are having Supreme Court. In this manner here, actually constitution is going to become supreme everywhere while running the nation.